Please welcome with a big round of applause, All India Rank 1, Ms. Ira Singhal, Rank 2, Ms. Renu Raj, and Rank 3, Ms. Nidhi Gupta. As we all know, UPSC exam is among the toughest examinations in India. To succeed in this particular exam, all you need is sustained efforts with intelligent preparations. MIT hence salutes these successful candidates and appreciates their perseverance and intelligence by felicitating them today. To explain and introduce all of us to the concept of today's event, I request Professor S.B. Dharmapatre, Head of MIT CST, to address the gathering.
All the dignitaries on the dais, UPSC rank holders on the dais and off the dais, and all my friends and the aspirants of civil services examinations who have gathered here to interact with the UPSC rankers. I am here to explain the concept of establishment of MIT Civil Services Training Institute. MIT Civil Services Training Institute is established by MIT group of institutions under the leadership of Professor Rahulji Karat, who always thinks to serve Mother India in different ways. In 2005, he has established MIT School of Government to promote the ethical and moral leadership in politics. The political leaders formulate the policies for the nation, for the common man, as a concept of welfare state. And these policies are implemented by the administrators so that these policies can reach to the common man. For the infrastructure development, for the welfare policies, these clean and efficient leadership should be backed by the moral and ethical administrators. Without that, these policies cannot reach to the common man. MIT Civil Services has the vision to promote the spiritually elevated, ethically high, physically fit, and stress-free stress-free students into the administrations. My MIT group of institutions is founded by Dr. Vishwaji Karat sir, and he has embedded the ethical and moral values among the students and the faculties by arranging the Sant Dhaneshwar and Sant Tukaram endowment lecture series, yoga sessions, and inviting the different dignitaries from the different fields into MIT campus. MIT Civil Services Training Institute know that we are here to train the students, and our competition is positive. We are not here to compete the others. We know, we respect the different institutions who are also giving the training for UPSC, MPSC examinations, but we also wish to contribute into this noble cause by training the students in such a way that they should be able to serve for the nation and the society when they become an administrator tomorrow. We train the students to become morally strong and ethically courageous even before they appear for the examinations. In today's times, when India needs a strong and clean political leadership backed by moral and ethical leadership, MIT CST contributed to this noble cause. Establishment of MIT CST is blessed by the former Chief Election Commissioner of India, N. Gopala Swamiji, as a chairman, and former Vice Chancellor of Pune University and former UGC Chairman Arunji Nivekar as senior advisor. I assure that MIT CST will evolve as an educational movement in future to induct the students into administration who have zeal to serve the nation. I expect the cooperation of all of you in future for this noble cause. आज के सत्कारार्थी हम सबके लिए आदर्श है। बहुत संघर्ष के बाद उन्होंने यह यश हासिल किया है। पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी की कुछ काव्य पंक्ति यहाँ पधारे हुए सब एस्पिरेंट्स के लिए मैं कहना चाहता हूँ। आदमी को चाहिए कि वह जूझे, आदमी को चाहिए कि वह जूझे, परिस्थितियों से लड़े, एक स्वप्न टूटे तो दूसरा गढ़े, किंतु कितना भी ऊंचा उठे मनुष्य के स्तर से ना गिरे, अपने धरातल को ना छोड़े, अंतर्यामी से मुंह न मोड़े। यह हम सब जीवन में देश हितों का संपर्क करें, यह आशा मैं प्रकट करता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
All India Rank 1, Ira Singhal. A big round of applause for all the 3 rank holders of UPSC 2014 examination. Mic, please.
An open secret here is passing this exam could be a Herculean task. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. Who better but the toppers of this exam can share the secrets of surpassing this hurdle? I now throw this session open for the interaction between the aspiring UPSC candidates and their 3 lighthouses.
But before that, I think it would be our privilege and honor to introduce all of you to the all first 3 rankers of UPSC 2014 examination. Let me have the privilege to start with Ms. Nidhi Gupta, who's All India Rank 3 Civil Services Examination 2014. Nidhi is Assistant Commissioner of Customs and Central Excise and is presently undergoing training at Faridabad. She is a daughter of Mohanlal Gupta, who works in the Ministry of Rural and Urban Development. Ms. Gupta is interested to work on women empowerment and she would prefer if she gets posted in some places like Haryana, where she can bring about this substantial change. She also mentioned that her experience as IRS officer has been phenomenal, but she is looking forward to be a policy maker and will put all the efforts to simplify the procedure and public delivery after taking the charge for the optimal solution in public administration. Please welcome once again with a big round of applause, Ms. Nidhi Gupta.
Ms. Renu Raj, All India Rank 2, UPSC Civil Services Examination 2014. Dr. Raj, 27-year-old, passed the UPSC Civil Service Examination in the first attempt. She is the daughter of retired employee of Kerala State Transport Corporation. Her native place is Shanganeshwari in Kottayam district and is currently working at ESI Hospital at Kaluvathukal in South Kerala's Kollam district. MBBS from Kottayam Medical College in 2013. She pursues dance as a hobby. Her childhood dream was to become a civil servant. Her husband and her father had encouraged her. Firstly, she started preparation by self-study, but then sooner she joined the government-run state civil service academy for coaching. She told that she is practicing doctor, she cannot go to the city for coaching. She has also said that, I want to tell the aspiring candidates that perseverance has its reward. Please put your hands together for Ms. Renu Raj.
And now let me have the privilege to introduce all of you to the All India Rank 1, Ms. Ira Singhal. Ms. Ira Singhal topped the UPSC Civil Services Examination in general category. She is a computer engineer from Netaji Subhas Institute of Technology and pursued her MBA from the Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi University. She is extremely proficient in Spanish language. Her 4th attempt at the examination, she currently posted as an Assistant Commissioner in the Customs and Excise Department of Indian Revenue Services. Well, now here is the thing which I would like to share with you, which is very important. In 2010 also, she had cleared the examination, but was refused a posting because of her disability. The authorities cited that she is having inability to push, pull, and lift. And that was the reason they gave. Not one to let things take their own course, she not only moved the Central Administrative Tribunal, CAT, with her case, but also won it, and she was inducted in 2014. She has been a manager in Cadbury India, Professora de Espanol, New Delhi, and marketing intern at the Coca-Cola company. An avid football enthusiast, and Ira is a big fan of Barcelona club. She is of the opinion that there is a life beyond civil services also. No matter what happens in the civil services examination, life never stops. She also suggests that the candidates should not make this exam as their prestige issue and should seek the life beyond civil services also in cases of failure. We are really, really honored to have you here today. Please give a big round of applause for Ms. Ira Singhal, a role model for all the students, those who are aspiring for UPSC examinations.
I request Ms. Ira to open the session with her experience on rigors of studies, followed by Ms. Renu and then Ms. Nidhi Gupta.
Hello, is this on? Yeah. Good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, my fellow batchmates and all my fellow batchmates here, and all of the respected audience present here. Thank you so much for inviting me and giving me the honor to address you all. I don't really have much to say. I would rather have questions and answer them. I just want to, for now, tell you that do study hard, but don't make this exam your life and don't depend on success in this. Do find other things that you enjoy. Do find other alternate careers, because this, like the numbers mentioned, can be a little tricky. I hope we all succeed. I hope that all of you are civil servants one day and get whatever postings you want. But yes, this exam should not be the only thing in your life. I hope you're all enjoying whatever you're doing and will continue to do that. Best of luck. If you have any queries, we would love to have them here. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Good morning to everyone on and off the dais, dear friends, aspirants. First of all, I thank you for inviting me. I'm from the southernmost tip of India and coming from Kerala. So I'm indeed very happy to come here and see all these aspirants. I hope that you are serious aspirants, because from the numbers which were given earlier, you know that many people apply for civil service. Only around 50% of them are serious aspirants. So I sincerely believe that all those of you who are gathered here are indeed serious aspirants. The only thing I wanted to share with you is that as you know, studying for civil service is not a cakewalk, but you have to be very much focused. You must have your own strategies for the study. Everything is right, but studying for civil service is not just living inside a shell. You live in a society, you live in your family, and you live with the greater world. So, along with your studies, please keep along other activities like spending time with your friends, your family. That will give you the much needed refreshment and freshness of mind, which will help you to pursue your dreams of getting into civil service with a stronger mind and a stronger will. Let all your dreams come true. Thank you.
A very good morning to all and my dear friends. Civil services is one of the platform which will help you in contributing to the society from which you have taken so much. But it is not the only solution, it is not the only alternative. If you have guessed the nerve of UPSC correctly, if you really want to be in services, it is not just civil services. You can contribute in any manner, in any form, in any walks of life you are currently in. Just enjoy what you are doing. Just love whatever you want to do. Choose properly. the feeling should come deep inside yourself, and for that feeling, just give it your 100%. Just excel in it. Have patience. This will take you a long way, wherein, it is not just a year or a 2-year preparation. Sometimes it takes a little longer. So have faith in yourself, believe. There are different channels in your life wherein you feel ups and downs. There has been a not so smooth journey for us, but then that happens. You just have to conquer that lows in your life. You have to beat that small hiccups that come. You have to overcome your fear. You don't have to believe that this is the toughest examination. If we can do it, you can also do it. So just believe in yourself, stay determined, give your 100%, and be true to yourself at least. And the most important thing is location does not matter. You don't have to rush to Delhi to study. Now we are talking about a digital age. We are in an era where self-study matters. We are in a place where guidance is important, but ultimately the responsibility lies on you. So just prepare well, do a little bit of hard work, and you will definitely crack this examination or any other examination, any other contribution that you want to achieve. So just believe in yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, it seems we'll have to make you speak from the questions that we have, because you are really not sharing the secrets as such. So I think our students will bring out the secret from you. What exactly is the secret to crack the UPSC exam? Well, okay, we now open this session for the question and answer round. I have the questions with me. I will call the name of the student, and you'll have to quickly make your way to the podium so that the rankers can also see you and the camera can be focused on you. So you're requested to come down to the podium as quickly as possible. Well, the first question comes from Snehal Bagde. Snehal Bagde is requested to, yes, you're requested to come quickly to end. The next question comes from Virendra Singh Thakur. So you can be ready, please. Virendra Singh Thakur. Do we have Virendra Singh? Yes. So please be ready. Once he finishes, you can carry on.
Hello. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the toppers.
Excuse me, just for a second. You will see the one who's asking the question on the screen. Please carry on.
Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the 3 toppers. My question is for Ira Singhal, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Ma'am, what is the strategy for time management in the mains, especially for general studies papers, and what is the importance of facts in it?
So I have no facts that I've memorized. I've never actually been able to mug up anything in my life. I don't know a single fact. I have a general idea. For example, the literacy rate is around 74%, and the basic ideas, but I don't know a single fact. So that's about facts. I don't know if these girls have mugged up any, but I haven't. Secondly, when it comes to time management, see, the one thing I did, which I hadn't done in my previous attempts, was that I stopped lying to the examiner. Okay, you know what we do? We know 1% of the question and we try to make it 100% because we keep repeating the same thing. We write the same sentence in 500 different words, and we write it in 500 different formats. Because it's a 250 word answer or a 200 word answer, and we know just 10 words, so we try to make it 200 words. I stopped doing that. Secondly, I wrote it, earlier I used to write it in a way that it was easy for me to write. This year I wrote it in a way that it was easy for the examiner to read. That was the basic difference. So I used to keep writing everything in paragraphs and finish my answers, because my focus was on writing. So I wrote a full 2-page answer on that. Obviously, I did not get anything. And I'm pretty sure the examiner got really, really angry and did not give me any marks after that also. I got 56 in GS2 that year, and this year I have 122. So I think the main difference is that this year did not lie at all. If I knew an answer, I would write it. If I did not know an answer, I would not write it. And I wrote whatever I knew. I did not worry about the word limit. In fact, if you see the question paper, it clearly says, do not worry about the word limit. So I wrote whatever I knew, and I stopped writing nonsense. Just nonsense, which was emotional satisfaction to me, but I'm pretty sure it just pissed off the examiner. And second thing is that it helps you save time. Because if you're just writing whatever just to fill this sheet, it's not going to give you time. They're very smart people. Let's respect our examiners, right? They're people who've got much more experience than you, and they're checking 17,000 copies. You're not the only one, right? And there must be somebody who knew the answer. So they know the answer, and they know that it's possible to write the answer. So whatever nonsense we're writing, they're not going to appreciate it. So I stopped doing that whole bit of writing whatever. And I wrote it in points. I underlined the specific keywords because that kind of, when I read my own answer once, I realized that, yeah, it makes a difference. So, and I think you save a lot of time if you stop lying, just plain and simple. I heard a lot of people, in fact, when I told people that I've skipped a few questions, they said, why did you skip it? You should have written something. I actually got that comment from a lot of people, said, we've written. You should have written something. I said, I didn't know. I'm trying not to do that this year. They said, no, you should always write something, and it makes a difference. The examiner will give you half a mark, 1 mark, 2 marks, something. I didn't do it. So
that is, I think, very correct. As a teacher of computer science, I'm a professor of computer science, and when we are checking the papers, the same thing is there.
Right, yeah.
One single statement is written again and again and again in different
yeah.
formats.
Yeah. So stop doing that. Just write whatever you know. They're not stupid, yeah. Stop disrespecting your examiners. They're not stupid. They're much smarter than you. That's why they're your examiner.
Well,
Let's be clear on that.
Thank you, Ira,
No, of course. We're not sitting in that place. We're not checking the copies. So we're obviously not that smart. They're smarter than us. Let's know that. And then just be honest. So you will save a lot of time when you stop writing nonsense.
Renu, you would like to say something about it?
Yeah. Regarding answer writing, I support Ira's views because I didn't have a stereotype pattern like writing in paragraphs or bullets or anything like that. For questions that demanded paragraph writing, I did it in that way. And for questions that demanded your own analysis or your own evaluation or your own opinion, I did a conclusion in the end. That was, of course, my own view. In other cases, I just went for bullet points so that it can save time. And just like Ira said, for questions I was not at all familiar with, I just skipped. But I would advise you skip minimum number of questions, because most of the questions which when you just rush through, you feel that you don't know. But if you take just a few seconds to read it once again, you will understand by yourself that you know something about it. Then you can write that. Unless it is something stupid, as you said. Most of the questions will be in such a way that you know something about it, you have read something about it, so that you can write something about it. So skip minimum questions, but do skip questions which you are not at all familiar with.
Very true, Renu. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Is your question answered, my friend? Thank you, Snehal. And I now request Virendra Singh Thakur to ask his question.
Good morning, everyone. Ma'am, in a generalist view, success brings a lot of euphoria, but failures, they teach us some things. So what were those experiences in your life which can teach us a few things, which can enlighten us, ma'am?
Well, there was a smile on their faces, so probably I think the question appeals to them.
No, I think I've had the most failures, so let me answer this one. I think what I do with each failure is I analyze what I've done wrong. Instead of blaming the circumstances, instead of blaming the system, instead of saying the examiner was an idiot and the question paper is out of course and it was terrible and this, that, I tend to blame myself. So I find my faults. I mean, that's the question paper that came for everybody. So why should I blame the system? I mean, everybody is doing the same thing, right? And other people have cleared. So it's just an excuse to yourself when you say that external circumstances are to blame. You fall ill, yeah, well, but then there also somewhere you were wrong that you did get into the circumstance of falling ill. But okay, let's take that one out. But other than that, I think you can always find your own faults, and that's what I do. I try to find my own fault. I do that with everything. Everything in life, I try to see my mistake instead of blaming it on other people.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Next we have Shrikunj Pawar. Yeah, could you please get to the podium? Followed by Ms. Kashmira Mende. Ms. Kashmira?
Good morning, everyone. Rather, I say I'm just a first year student and I want to be, prepare just little basic things. And I also want to know, is it really necessary to join any institute or any coaching to get a proper guidance? And also, what must be the next step after basic preparations?
Since you are a first year student, you are doing B.Tech or
BSc.
Okay. I think you can do your serious study after pursuing your graduation. That's the right time. But at this point of time, what you can do is that do familiarize with the way of studying for civil service, like reading newspapers, then going through magazines, such things you can do. Because once you start serious preparation, it is good that you are already acquainted with the way you read newspaper, other than, of course, we daily read newspaper, everybody reads newspaper, but sometimes we are more attracted towards some sensitive news or something like that, which may not be important for civil service at all. So, do practice the way you read newspaper, the way you look around society, the way you look for programs in television, which may help you for pursuing this examination. That's what you can do now. Plus, if you have time, you can brush up through your all NCERT textbooks from standard 8 to 12. That is indeed the basic for all the subjects coming for prelims as well as mains. So you can go through NCERTs at this point of time. And regarding coaching institutes, I should say, an institute is important in the sense that it gives you guidance. That's the first point, about what all books to read, what all magazines to refer, that thing. And another one is that it is in an institute you can meet many people who are experienced in this field of examination. Because in my institute, there were people, seniors, who cleared the exam earlier. They were in different services like IRS and all. They took leave and came to repeat the next time. So it was a great experience sharing with them their experience in interview, their experience in mains exam and all. Such things are very helpful because you get a well-prepared group who are really serious about this examination. That is the next thing. And of course, in many subjects, you may get the help of teachers, especially in your optionals. That is very helpful to you. Other than this, you cannot completely depend upon any institution anywhere, not in Delhi or not in any part of India. The most important part comes from you itself. You have to do your hard work, your self-study, and your strategy for the exam preparation is the most important thing. But considering this part of guidance, institute is indeed important. I think Ira has something to say about this.
Actually, I mainly did coaching for the optional, and I did the GS all my own. And I don't have any friends in the services. I knew not a single person who had ever prepared before. So I think that a lot of it is available online. For example, most of us are writing our experiences. Most of us are writing whatever we think you should study and whatever we have studied and what was our strategy, how we tackled, whether it was answers, whether it was the preparation, everything. So you can get a lot of help online as well. So you don't necessarily have to join, but if you feel underconfident and you feel that you need someone to handhold you through the process, then you can. But it doesn't have to be Delhi precisely, you know, which a lot of people do. And also, please, you need to pass your B.Tech with decent marks to get into the exam and have a backup option, because engineers, are a dime a dozen, okay? A dime a dozen. So you need to have some other backup option before you start your prep. Whether it's a job or a guarantee of a job or something. Okay, so don't ignore your engineering completely. Best of luck.
Well, thank you for that. We have roughly 20 questions and not more than 40 minutes left with us. We have almost 20 questions and just 40 minutes, so probably we'll have to, yeah, next please.
Ms. Kashmira Mende.
Ma'am, my question is that what should be done for improving our writing skills?
I think Nidhi would like to.
See, first of all, you can write only when you have understood it. So the basic question would be, you should have a clarity of whatever you want to write. And since the time is limited, the word limit is limited, restrain yourself to both of the things. Otherwise, either the paper won't get complete or you will miss out important points. So the first and foremost thing is concept clarity. And the second thing is you can get good marks in relation to the other candidates only when you have some innovation in your answers. Your innovation can be in the form of diagrams, in the form of flowcharts. Like I remember a question wherein I didn't have much time and the question was something on distribution of some question related to the world geography part. So what I did was I did a world map and then I started marking on it and wrote 2-3 points underneath. That was my answer. So basically your presentation would require conceptual clarity and clarity in the form of diagrams or in the form of, if you know the facts, just put in them. So I think it's a mixture of all these things.
Okay. Yeah. Is your question answered, dear? Is your question answered or you want any further?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. Please.
Okay, can we have Abhijit Giram?
Abhijit, do we have Abhijit here? No? Okay, we'll move.
Sir, we have.
We do? Yes, okay. The next question would come from Ankita Rathod. So I request Ankita to be ready. Abhijit, Mr. Abhijit, please ask your question.
Hello. Congratulations to three of you, ma'am. My question is, what motivated you to become an IAS? And next question is, there is a great degree of cynicism in today's youth that this country is not going to change. Let's work in a private company or work for any another nation. So what you want to do after joining the service, or do you really think our nation is going to change?
The fact that we are all in the services means that we think it's going to change. And it's very sad that you think...
A big round of applause for that. If the administrators don't feel that this country is going to change, nothing is going to happen. So thank you very much.
And the fact that we believe in our country, the youth has no reason to be cynic. Don't be a cynic, be a worker. If you want to change something, you'll have to do it yourself. Nobody's going to come and give you fruits, right? So go ahead. That was my problem. Precisely what your question is, that was exactly my problem when I quit my job and came in here. I hate sitting on the sidelines and cribbing. I can't do that. Personally, I can't do that, and I don't appreciate people who do that. If you don't like something, go ahead, take an action, change it. Come into the system.
Thank you.
You want to change it, come into the system.
Thank you. I think everyone should answer this question. Renu?
Regarding your first query, there was no such role model or someone whom I saw to come into the service. It was just, I think most of us belong to some middle class type of families, So our parents will be working, maybe as government servants or not. We belong to middle class families and our mothers are housewives. Such a situation, see, we have many thoughts, especially in my case. I studied in a medical college, which is a government medical college, and that too belong to one of the hilly areas of Kerala. So, in fact, compared to many other parts of India, Kerala is hailed to be in a better health position, but still, we have loads of funds to disperse in government institutions. Then also many patients have seen struggle to get into hospital, to be in the queue, to get the treatment. Always many VIPs comes, they'll get special treatment, and ordinary people do suffer, that is the truth. But being a student and an intern, I used to see this, and like many other friends, I used to say, this is not right, that is not right, this should be changed, and this queue system should be changed, there should be some other form of administration here and there. But I was not able to do anything. Then I thought that if ever I have some sort of power, and that power is not just to rule over many people, that power is to bring about small changes in every nook and corner of the country, or the state in which I work, or the department in which I work, such that a combination of all these will bring forth very good changes. That would be helpful for the people from all sections of the society, not just the poor, not just the rich, but from every strata of the society. These little changes should bring out fruitful results. So to do that, I should be in a position that I am part of the system that makes a change. So if I can feel that I belong to your generation now, so if I can feel that if I get into the system, I can do at least some small things which would bring about changes in the society, you should also feel that. So as she said, there's no sense that the youth of today feel cynic. Our country is in fact a vibrant democracy. You all have enough chances and opportunities, not just in civil service, but also in other jobs also, to make effective changes in the society.
Thank you. I think we should hear it from Nidhi also.
My motivation is you. People like you who start complaining, I think that is the most important challenge that I take. That is the challenge that I will show you that what change can we make. So basically, whatever change you want to see, be a part of it. Come on this side. Let's work together. Let's see and not pass the disease on to the next generation. Let's stop the youth asking this question in the next forum.
Nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, is Ankita ready with a question?
Ankita, please come forward. Okay, the next question would come from Ashita Bajaj. Ashita, do we have Ashita? Please make your way on the left podium, because there's no one is asking question from the left podium. Please go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. Firstly, heartily congratulations. My question is, what are the common mistakes a UPSC aspirant commits? And the second question is, what are the basic guidelines for us?
I think that's, thank you so much, and that's a very, very vast question. I don't know what mistakes everybody else commits. I only know the ones that I did. I told you about the answer writing bit already, wherein we keep writing for our satisfaction, and when we come out of the exam hall, we feel like we've attempted everything. So we are averagely getting 2 marks per question or 3 marks per question, and yes, we've done it, which never turns out to be the case. So that's one thing, overestimating what you've done, and overestimating whatever you've studied, and overestimating your potential to produce it. So that's one thing. The second thing is underconfidence. So we're overestimating and underconfident at the same time, in some cases, but mostly, yeah, we try to segregate it so that, being underconfident, what happens is you get nervous in the exam. Thirdly, I think what you do is you put a lot of pressure on yourself to pass this exam. And you make it like a matter of life and death, that if you don't pass this exam, God knows what's going to happen to you. Or you've failed your whole life. I don't know how one exam can define who you are. I don't think it can.